Lead us off.
We're live. What's up, guys? This is Brian Harris with my...
Keith, I'm cutting you off.
Okay.
I'm so excited that you're back. Keith McMillan.
And this is Off the Mat Podcast. What's up, homie?
Welcome. I don't know if you realize it. In 2 weeks, it's been a year.
Really?
Yeah. September
Look at
26th is our anniversary of the first time we got together and did the podcast. So
Look at that. 1 year.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did not know that. Thank you for dropping that little surprise for me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
We'll have to do something for that.
yeah, I don't know what we can do, but I'm excited that we made it to this point, and I've always expressed how this is the most consistent thing I've done.
Journal's pretty consistent, though. You kept up with that. But no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but we've done it. Maybe here and there we've taken like a week or two off, but we've done it. Since September 26th, like every week.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you, man. I'm grateful because I feel like you really steamrolled and pushed this.
Teamwork, homie.
You pushed this podcast because I was always a procrastinator, and you were the one who was like, "Hey, if we're gonna fucking do this, let's do it." So, I appreciate you. I'm grateful.
Yeah, I procrastinated too. I'm a procrastinator as well.
Yeah, but I think if I would originally I was gonna do this on my own. I don't think I would have got to this level, and I know we're still climbing and growing, but I think I would have 5 episodes and been done. And it just would have been one of those things where you'd be like, "Hey, how's the podcast coming?" I'm like, "Oh, cool, I'll release it," but I wouldn't have done it.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Hold each other accountable.
Yeah. But you're back from Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the United States.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
I would love to hear about your trip.
It was great. It was quite the experience. I mean, obviously with the fights and all, we didn't get the result that we wanted, but you learn from those moments. So Zach will go back and do what he needs to do to get the dub next time.
We'll get to the fights.
But past that, that was the main reason I went out there.
Of course,
that was the main. That's why I went out there. So, but past that, all in all, the trip itself was good, man. We had a good time out there. Abu Dhabi's hot as hell, dude.
Yeah, no,
hot as a motherfucker.
Obviously, I don't know what that heat's like, but obviously hearing majority of the fighters, if not all fighters, complain about
you walk outside and you just start sweating. You're just like, oh my god,
intense.
It's so hot. It's like a dry heat during the day. Ooh, excuse me. And then at night, humid as a motherfucker. So you walk out, glasses fog up instantly. Poof. Ugh. I can't see. It was like that every time I would walk out and just fucking blind. I just couldn't see shit. I'd have to look over my glasses like an asshole. I had to be that guy. But yeah.
Any big surprise? I've never left the United States. So was there any big surprises, or did you feel? Obviously, I know you felt comfortable the whole time, but was there anything that really stood out?
Stood out? No, I wouldn't say that. No, I don't really have anything that stood out, especially after we were out there for so long. Everything that I saw, I was expecting, because I'd looked up a lot of the stuff about Abu Dhabi just so that way I had an idea. Yeah, I saw it as whenever you go and visit someone's house, you have a general idea of that person. It's not just like a stranger's house, So I wanted to familiarize myself with where I was going, so I looked up a bunch of stuff. So I wasn't surprised by anything. It's not it's westernized there, so.
Okay. What'd you eat?
Oh, man. So I got sick the first couple days. I don't do well with traveling that long. It really bad affected me. So the first few days, I don't know how to describe it. It was the same thing that I had in Hawaii, where I was hungry. So I initially felt it. They gave us 2 meals on the plane, right?
Right.
Both there and back, we got 2 meals, which they weren't good.
What was it?
It was chicken rice and some veggies, and it was just in a microwave dish.
Okay.
It wasn't good. But, it is what it is. What do you expect? You're
it's healthy.
On an airplane. Yeah. But anyway, so I was hungry and I tried taking like a bite or two, and I got like 2 or 3 bites in, and I just started feeling like nauseous, like I was so full, like I was gonna fucking yak or something if I ate it anymore. So then I stopped eating. I knew I was hungry, like I could tell I was hungry. So it was really weird. And then the second meal came around. I didn't eat that at all, and I was like, I'm just gonna eat whenever we land, like right off top. I'm just gonna go wherever and eat. So for the most part, I ate at the hotel buffet the first couple days, and I felt that way every single day whenever I would eat. Like I just wasn't eating that much. I would eat a few bites and I would be full, or like half my plate or whatever, and it just wasn't what I normally eat. Normally I eat like a motherfucker.
Right.
And then Zach and I would roll, and by the second round, I'd be throwing up. So I would be like going for the bucket, and I'd be dry heaving and just throwing up like water because I'm not eating anything really. So it would just be pretty much water. And it was miserable. And I don't throw up from practice. Like I haven't done that, and I don't even know last time I've done that. That just doesn't happen. So yeah, that was like the first 3 days, and I've even texted Jason. And I was like, dude, you got any advice for me? Like how I can like chill this the fuck out? And it was, I don't know, I just kind of got some rest and stayed hydrated and eventually got over it. So the first like full meal that I had was sushi. We really didn't like eat anything like too crazy until like the last day. The last day we had some like, we went to a Mediterranean restaurant.
Okay.
And I mean, the food was good. It was different. I got like this big like, it was essentially like a meat platter thing. So it was like different kinds of like chicken.
Did you eat a goat?
Lamb.
Okay.
Yeah. I did not eat a goat. No.
No, like Jamaican food. Obviously, I was thinking of the gyro, which is lamb, but Jamaican foods they cook a lot of goat meat.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of there was no pork.
Right.
There was no pork, so it was like all like veal sausage and things like that.
I'm cutting that out of my diet too. I'm done
Turkey,
with pork.
bacon. No pork? Why no pork?
My body doesn't react well to it, and I love bacon. I can eat a pack of bacon if I really wanted to, but I know it's slowly killing me, and it was actually all right. I don't know how to explain this, but I have high cholesterol, and bacon does not help.
No. Not with cholesterol.
I made the decision up. I know it's gonna sound so stupid when I say it out loud. I watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and they were like, and they got to the part where Goku dies. Goku's the main character, and he dies like from a heart attack. And they're like, how'd he die? He's like, eating too much bacon. And for some reason, I was just like, and I'm done eating bacon. And I haven't had bacon since that episode.
Because bacon killed Goku.
Yeah.
Bacon killed Goku. Fucking Frieza couldn't, but bacon could.
Bacon did, so I was like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to... And I have high cholesterol already, and I used to, like, devour bacon. So, I mean, obviously, if it comes, like, on a burger or something, I'll eat it. But, like, I used to have it, like, almost every morning. I don't make any more bacon. I've been having salmon and, like, chicken sausage and stuff for breakfast.
Interesting.
Yeah. But back to Abu Dhabi. What's that experience like? Basically, being a part of the camp and the cornermen, you get all access to UFC fighters.
Yeah, so that was cool. I mean, the entire card was at this one restaurant, with the exception of Habib and Dustin Poirier. They were off in different hotels, I think.
Of course.
But yeah, so everybody that's on the card is in the hotel. So I mean, you see them every day. You see them at breakfast every day. Everybody goes to the buffet. See them in the lobby. Like, even the people that weren't on the card, you saw them too. So like Stephen Thompson, Claudia Gadelha.
Wonder Boy's one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. And
it's hilarious.
He has that sweet Southern talk.
It's insane. Talk. Yeah.
It's too nice. He's almost too nice.
Yeah, that's you described him perfectly.
Right.
That's exactly how he is.
Claudia, beautiful.
Yeah.
I would have loved to meet her. I would have got a photo. I would have fanboyed for her. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I would have been around Claudia, I would have been like, please, I don't know Portuguese, but I would have learned just that much to ask for a
No,
photo.
she spoke English.
Yeah, but I mean, you know.
She speaks English well.
Yeah. Did you get any photos with any UFC fighters outside of Poirier? I know we already mentioned that.
No, I just did Dustin Poirier. I didn't want to just
Why?
fanboy the whole weekend, you know. I just wanted to enjoy the experience, you know. Because I mean, everybody that we talked to, which we didn't talk to like every single fighter that was on the card, but like fighters that like Zach would talk to or something like that, you know, they would talk to me like I was involved in the conversation as well, which I mean I was, but I wasn't. They didn't like address me like a fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna just like shove my phone in their face and be like, take a selfie with me.
I already know the answer, and I'm kind of getting upset as I'm sitting here with you.
Uh-oh.
You should have told Claudia to listen to the podcast.
Damn. I think I should have just like slid a link.
Yeah, I've been like, hey, I don't
go there.
You just lie to her. Be like, I feel like you'd appreciate this,
You need to check it out.
and then you know, tag her and talk about her, and you know, let Destiny take his place.
There it is.
But did you get to meet Paul Felder?
I've met Paul Felder before.
Mm-hmm.
I met Paul Felder in Nebraska whenever
Right.
we went up there for that. So yeah, we talked to him a little bit. His weight cut was weird. What'd you think about that fight?
Honestly, I don't.
Did you see the Paul Felder Edson Barboza
Yeah.
fight? Thoughts? What did you think? You think he won that?
No.
Okay, I don't think he did it either. Yeah, I had Barboza winning the first, second,
Yeah.
and then Felder the third.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Right, that was weird. I just wanted to get past that. But yeah, we talked to him for a little bit. He seemed to have like a bad weight cut. Apparently, Edson Barboza, like Brazilians, whenever they cut weight, they like cut water the entire week
Wow.
of their fight. Yeah, it's weird. So he was like looking skinny like Tuesday. It's different. I couldn't do that. Not me. I'm not into it.
How were all the fighters? Because I remember I don't know if I talked about it on podcast, but I wasn't really a big fan of the image Khabib posted when it was like all the Russian and European fighters and all the American fighters on one side,
Everything was fine.
but
dude.
everybody was like respectful.
Everybody's respectful as fuck. Everybody. I mean, like we even saw like Zach's opponent. Like they were respectful. To
I
one another.
saw the weigh-ins and everything. I watched, so
Yeah.
I can always tell by the weigh-in like what's going on. But there was the handshake and there wasn't really no nose to nose and kind of they understood they're professionals.
Yeah, it was actually funny because one time, so like whenever they first like ran into one another, like he was at the bottom of the stairs and Zach was at like the top of the stairs. And Zach just kind of waved at him and he waved back at him. So it was just like cool little acknowledgement. And
Right.
then there was another time, like the day after that, Zach was like waiting to hear from one of the UFC executives about something. I don't even remember what it was. And he ended up seeing him in the lobby. And as he was seeing him in the lobby, his opponent was behind him. So he's like waving at this UFC exec and his opponent like sees him and he's like, he thought he was like waving at him. It was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, everybody was fine. Yeah, it was super respectful and it was cool. Nothing crazy.
What's that? So you guys go through training and you're there with Zach, watching him prep that week. Mark didn't show up till like late, right?
Yeah, he didn't get there until Thursday night.
Okay.
So it was just Zach and I for the first few days, and then Baker and Tyler showed up, and then Mark came in on Thursday.
So Mark gets there. How crazy were the weigh-ins?
Well, the weight cut was interesting because I've never been with Zach like whenever he's like cutting weight up to about to weigh in. So from what Tyler and everybody else was telling me, this is like one of the best weight cuts he's ever had. Like
Awesome.
even his mom was like, he's normally really cranky and he's not cranky this time. So from what everybody was saying, it was like one of the best weight cuts. But there was one moment where we all kind of freaked out for a minute because it was coming down to like the last like hour and a half, and we had from 9 to 11 to weigh in, and at 10 o'clock we had to he had to check into the commission. It was
Right.
just like essentially a proof of life to be like, I'm here, That's it. And then he can go back to cutting weight. And we couldn't get past that. We tried. So he had a couple pounds to cut whenever we woke up. So started cutting at like 6. Got down to like a 2-pound range essentially. And was cutting the last time. And we were thinking this was going to be like the last stretch, right? So whenever we're done with it, fucking... everybody's like, I think you just cut like 1.5 pounds, right? Like that's what you just got cut. And Zach is like, no, he was being modest. He's like, I think I just cut 1 pound. Wait, and he goes down to check his weight, and this is probably like 9:45.
Yeah.
So like 15 minutes before he has to check in with commission. And he only lost like 0.2 pounds. Right. Was exactly what he lost. So like now it was like, all right, we got an hour and 15 minutes, and Zach still has about 1.5 pounds to go. Like, so it's getting down to it. And, yeah, like Tyler and Zach just talked for a second. And then after that, we went back up and weight just melted off. And then Zach weighed in time. So, yeah, worked out. But it was kind of stressful there at the end because then we were like, all right, now we're starting to, we're getting crunched for time now. So he was the last one to weigh in. There was even one person that missed weight and they like weighed in like an hour before the deadline.
Right.
Which was insane to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They probably just was like, fuck it. I don't want to cut anymore.
Yeah, they said that they stopped sweating at 11 o'clock the night before, and they were trying to cut throughout the entire night, and they just could not sweat. So then they weighed.
That's insane the way the body works, especially in that heat and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you would think, in my simple mind, I was like, step the fuck outside.
Well, like, that's what Tyler Mitten was saying, too. He was saying that it's a lot harder with women's weight cuts as well, because like once your body starts going into like panic mode, your hormones kick in like crazy, and then they can just block all kinds of shit. So yeah, that guy's a wizard, by the way.
Yeah,
that guy's fucking crazy to see him do Zach's weight cut. Like right whenever he landed, we all went to the grocery store, and he just basically like was telling us like, all right, you go get that, you go get this, you go get that, and he was like telling us specifics of what need to be on there. So like pretty much no sodium is really what we were looking for.
Right. So now we can get to the fight. So how much of a surprise was the heat game day? Because obviously Zach's getting mentally prepared for that, to step in the cage, and you know, Zach's had like 80 fights, and and his opponent was a veteran too. But that factor isn't something that's normally factored in with these events, especially because they're always indoor, except if you're on the amateur level or you know, for smaller fight promotions. But you know, UFC is always indoor, so you would think they would have like a set temperature, but that wasn't the case. It was 112 inside the arena.
It was I don't know what it was inside the arena exactly. I know
it was over 100.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it was definitely that. Yeah, it was a shit show, dude.
And then I know two things, and obviously I'm not making excuses. It seemed like the floor was slippery.
Yeah.
And then the heat. So explain how you felt just watching. Like, was it like a sauna for you, where were you sweating?
I had my shirt off in the back. Okay. I took my shirt off in the back. Like, whenever we first got there, like to our dressing room and everything where the mat was, and Zach's like getting his shorts on and everything. I like fucking took there's these two fucking big ass AC units in there, right? They're set at 17 degrees Celsius. And I mean, we're in a fucking tent. You know what I mean? Like you're basically putting a fucking window unit on a tent is what you're doing. Like, yeah, you're gonna get some cold air that comes at you, or cool air, I should say, but it's not gonna get cold in there. And that's how the venue was too. The venue was just a giant tent is really what it was. It was scaffolding with a white tarp over the top is all that it was. And yeah, so it was hot as fuck. So we knew it was going to be hot because we went to the weigh-ins at the venue. And that was the day before, obviously. And it was hot whenever we went there, and there was like nobody there. So they had like a third of the venue filled up or cut off for the weigh-ins. and it was hot that day.
Right.
So we knew it was going to be hot the next day. So even with the Red Hot Chili Peppers concert that was on earlier that week, the fucking heat or the AC went out during the concert, so it got like hot as a motherfucker, and so they had to cool it back down. But again, I mean, it's a giant tent. It's literally what it was. It was a giant tent. So yeah, it was hot as fuck.
What's that like? I mean, you've been cage side for a lot of fights, and you've been inside the cage. What's going through your head? What's like going through your head as the fight's progressing? Because obviously you're kind of starting to notice like he's not winning. I mean, I think in your gut, in our head, and maybe especially when he dropped him, we're like, all right, that's a round. But I feel like there were rounds he lost.
Yeah.
Are you conscious of that? Are you saying anything, or is anyone saying, "Hey, you're down. You got to go"?
Oh yeah. So I mean, for me, for the most part, being in that scenario, so I mean, you got to remember, I'm in corner with Mark Montoya and Tyler Mitten.
I'm sure you're not saying that much.
I'm not saying shit. I'm letting Mark Montoya say everything. Everything that I'm saying is just like supportive stuff.
Of
you
course.
know, as far as direction goes, that's Mark. I'm letting Mark handle all of that because his knowledge is fucking leaps and bounds and fucking light years beyond mine. I'm not even scratching the surface compared to him. So I was just there for support.
Right, of course.
You know. But yeah, absolutely. Mark Montoya was addressing it.
Cool,
For sure.
cool.
He was saying stuff. So,
Was Zach in it? In a sense of like, he's in it. He's in there. He's in the thick of the fight. But was there anything that seemed different, or did you know like, fuck, this heat is kicking ass right now?
No, I mean, I knew that he was definitely a factor. I mean, it's got to be a factor. At the same time, too, and Zach says this as well, it was also a factor for his opponent. You know, it's a factor for everybody.
Right.
That's one thing for sure. So, I mean, that's kind of like a counter argument to that. Like, we can always, like, yes, it was a factor, but his opponent also had to deal with it, too. So, if it was a factor for him, chances are it's a factor for his opponent, I would imagine. But, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not looking for any. I'm not trying to make any excuses for Zach.
I know it was for sure slippery.
Yeah.
Because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, I think Zach can attest to this. I'm pretty sure that, like, the guillotine attempt that went for, I'm pretty sure he wasn't actually attempting the guillotine. I think it was more so he was just kind of, like, leaning that direction to gauge, like, if he had it or not. And then, that was like a slip situation as well. There was one slip situation I saw where he even had to like wipe his foot.
Yeah, I saw him
afterwards,
like, stomp the floor.
Yeah, so it was definitely slippery, and that was a major factor. But you know what? Again, same thing. Opponent has to deal with it as well. So
yeah, I think. Let's see. Anything else I want to ask before? No, I mean, obviously, and you guys enjoyed the rest of the trip. It seemed like. At least I don't know how, it was like a day after. You guys had one more day after the fight card to enjoy Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, so we had Sunday, and that's whenever we went to the mosque that day.
So it seemed like you guys still enjoyed your trip. It wasn't like Zach just stayed inside the hotel. It was like
like before that we went to the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, and then checked out the malls there, which those were fucking insane.
Right.
Went to Dubai. That was cool. So yeah, we did all kinds of stuff, man. It was quite the experience for sure.
Nice. Watching, it's fascinating, and I know the guys, Rich and Bree, invited people over, and people here were watching it. I actually watched it from JW's like live Facebook feed.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But it's like watching these fights is always intense, and watching our general, team captain, coach, mentor, going there and going to cage. It's hard for me to watch because I'm animated.
Yeah.
And every time I'm almost throwing punches at the same time he's throwing punches. I'd be like, God, I wish he would get in there and do that. And quarterback, coaching from the safety of my home.
Mm-hmm.
It was it sucked with the loss, but I feel like the way Zach carries himself is amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
And I took that with me because you and I have talked in the past about me being a quitter.
Yeah.
You know, but I quit when things got tough or when I took a loss. And it goes all the way back to Taekwondo. 14 years old, I lost a tournament, and I just never went back to Taekwondo. And that's on me. That's on me. There's no excuse. That's just the mindset I had. But I wish I could have had a mentor like Zach growing up because, you know, he handles it. And he came back like a gentleman, and he addressed it. But it almost like uplifted all of us. And I don't know what I was expecting. It's not like I was expecting Zach to come in here with his head hanging low and, you know, like.
Yeah.
He's been in this. He's a professional. He's had his wins and losses.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Something about this time was just kind of like, it was inspiring, and it inspired me that Sunday to do something that I haven't done in a long time. And I'm very thankful to have someone. A lot of individuals in this gym that have helped me through my time over the years. But having Zach at the helm, you know, kind of, I don't know, it boosts. It gives me a boost. I don't know what the fuck point I was trying to make. I just wanted to address it. Like, I just wanted to say it.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
But it's nice. It's nice the way he carries himself and conducts himself.
Yeah.
And I learned from it.
For sure.
Yeah. And I imagine you being right next to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's champion. Like, I mean, yeah, he carries himself like a champ.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, you just described it perfectly there. Like, I mean, super respectful. So, yeah, I mean, even with the fact, like, right off top, he was just like, whenever I talked to him, he was just like, yeah, no excuses. Like, I can make all the excuses about the conditions. Like, the conditions are a factor, but they're a factor for Amari as well. So
right.
Yeah, so I mean,
cool,
that's awesome that he can be like that. Yeah.
Right. You watch the rest of the fights?
Yeah, so we watched the fights from the green room because you're not like allowed back on the floor afterwards.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were in the green room watching the fights. 2 Chainz came in there.
Right.
He's kind of a douchebag.
Yeah. Explain what happened.
Well, he was just like, I don't know. He was like taking a picture with someone. Someone was coming up and asking for a picture. It was a fighter who fought earlier in the night, and his security guard was like, no. And 2 Chainz was like, hell yeah, you can get a picture. Gets up, about to take a picture, and the guy like puts his hand on his back and poses like this, and he's like, no, you can't touch me though. So like made the dude like stop fucking touching him before he took the picture. I don't know. It was weird. He's just kind of a douchebag about it.
Right.
I just didn't like it. Rubbed me the wrong way, so then I just didn't want to fuck with him. But yeah, I mean, they had a bunch of ice cream back there, a bunch of food, so we just chilled out in the back and watched the rest of the fights.
Nice.
You know, what did you watch the fights?
I had to go to work, actually. I was going to go to Bree and Rich to enjoy the fights, and then they were like, you have to open in the morning. So I was like, great. And
Gotcha.
so I went and I was like leaving for work, and I was watching Zach's fight, which was the same time I was driving. And
Nice.
and then I finished Zach's fight, and then I didn't jump back in until I saw Barboza Felder. Because I kind of like was so out of it. Like, Zach lost, so I went to work and did my normal thing, and I was like, oh wait, the fights are still going on.
Yeah.
So then I caught Felder and Barboza, and then we got busy, so I never caught Khabib. I just came back and was like, Khabib finished him, and I was like, oh wow.
Yeah. That was good. Habib's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Good.
I can't really talk about the fight, but I mean, he's the man. He's undefeated.
So at one point during the second and third round, my brother told me this. I didn't see this initially, but I went back and saw it. Dustin Poirier going back. This is before the third round. It's in between the second and third. He's going back to his corner, and he goes, I can't get him the fuck off me. What do I do? And the hopelessness in his face is just unreal. You're just like, oh shit.
Right.
You're fucking going for a ride, bro. He's just like, I can't get him the fuck off me. What do I do? Oh man, that's just a terrifying feeling.
Yeah.
When someone's just fucking stuck to you like that,
Yeah.
you're just trapped. Oh, it's gotta be terrible. I put money down on Poirier though, just because of the odds.
Oh, I was about to say, because I feel like before you left, we talked about this.
Oh yeah, I felt like Khabib was gonna win, but I put money on Poirier just because the odds, and he's got a puncher's chance for sure.
Of course.
I think if someone's gonna beat Khabib, it has to be somebody with knockout power, and that's how you beat him. It's like
Right.
clipping him and just fucking capitalizing immediately. Yeah, I don't think Tony beats him.
I think Tony gives him the toughest fight to date.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that they'll probably go to decision, I would imagine. But I don't think Tony beats him, because I think you have to have knockout power, like Dustin Poirier type knockout power. You know, like Tony Ferguson's knocked people out, yeah, but it's not like he chips away at people. You know what I mean? And you can't chip away at Khabib, I don't think.
See, Tony Ferguson has such an active bottom game when he's on his back. I'm very fascinated to see how Khabib does against that, because when people get, and obviously it's the pressure and the lockdown that Khabib has on his opponent when he's, you know, on top of them and he's moving from position to position, you know. But I feel like a lot of opponents is kind of like try to get back up, try to survive. I feel like Tony, at least in the past couple of fights, when Tony gets on his back, he's throwing elbows, he's throwing up submissions.
For sure.
And his cardio is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I think that plays a big factor to, as Khabib, you know, if they get to those later round, Khabib will fade. I'm not saying he's going to like totally empty out the gas tank, but even if you go back and watch the Conor fight, and I know I'm bringing up Conor, that fourth round before he did finish him, Khabib was, you know, taking some deep breaths.
I take Khabib's top game over Tony's bottom game.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But actually, I was talking to Matt about this the other day, and he made a very good point that has me thinking as well. That what Tony does have is he has Eddie Bravo, and Eddie Bravo has a knack of like breaking down positions that work for specific people, like specialists or something like that. So like Khabib, he always gets in like the same sort of positions, the same dominant positions. So like he's the kind of guy that would obsess over him and just like study him and be like, this is what you need to do. It's like some sort of crazy fucking gypsy witchcraft. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dwayne Ludwig also does that. You know, so like there's coaches like that just like obsess over certain people to like figure out how to beat that person. You know, and that's yeah, Eddie Bravo is one of those guys. So.
Okay.
There's that potential as well. But I don't know. I don't see it. I think you have to have knockout power. I think you have to have one punch knockout power to beat Khabib.
I think Ferguson has the best odds out of anyone I've seen fight.
At this point, it has to happen. Dude, this is like the 5th time, right? They've tried to make it happen.
Right.
Fucking it's got to happen. They've beaten everybody.
Need to clear the cords so Tony doesn't trip. Make sure Khabib's
Isn't
not
that
eating.
insane? That's like fucking that fight is cursed.
Yeah.
Like, how do you trip on a cord and tear your ACL, and that's how the fucking fight gets scrapped for the 4th time?
Make sure Khabib's not eating anything out of
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu. Make sure he's not eating anything.
Like, the most ridiculous reasons for the fight to be cut is why it's been cut. It's amazing.
Yeah, Tyler Minton. I don't know if you need to go shadow Khabib.
Was he working with him then? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
I don't remember.
I would hope not. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked him to come on the podcast, by the way. Next time he's in Kansas City.
He'd do it.
Next time he's in Kansas City, he said he'd come on. That guy's a wizard.
I would love to pick
watching
his
him
mind.
do the weight cut. Like, that guy was, man.
That'd be big. I'm excited for that.
He's good at what he does. Like, Zach was eating every day.
Yeah.
Zach ate every day. Just the amount and what he ate was very
How many times a day did Zach eat?
few. Like 3 or 4.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it was all like small little meals and
Of
things like
course,
that.
yeah.
Like these protein balls. But, I mean, yeah. It's pretty good.
Well, welcome back. After all this time,
Yeah. How was it for you while I was gone?
it was good.
What was that?
Sorry, I paused. I had to go through my mind. You know, I feel like I've actually started taking my weight loss seriously, especially this past week. You know, so I'm bringing frozen vegetables and frozen dinners. Not dinners, but the frozen, like, steam, like, veggies and stuff to work. I've been, like, stocking our freezer with that. So I have no other option just to eat those meals instead of touching anything fried. I don't want to say I cut out sweets entirely, because the other day I had a salad and I wanted a cookie so bad, so I had a cookie with it. But actually, I think the first week you guys left, you guys were gone for only 1 week, right? No, 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was like 9 days or something.
Okay, so that before you left, I was actually putting on weight.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually got up to like 237.
Okay.
230, and that was like after working out.
Yeah.
So I knew I was getting heavy, so I really didn't want to talk about it. But then I kind of just woke up and was more disciplined about my diet. And since then, you know, I've gotten down. And I've been having a more positive and peaceful, like, daily routine. So I'm kind of set, like, doing things and being more active and making use of my time, you know, really spending time with my daughters. And it's been a really positive thing. I've been at the gym. I haven't been able to train as much, not at all, but it's actually, I think it's helped force me to stay off the mat so I can get on.
What happened to your wrist?
Wrist lock. I was going with, I was going with Baker. Baker is a higher belt, and, you know, he can push me certain days and for the better. And I got in a position to where, you know, my arms exposed, and he just put me in a wrist lock, and I should have tapped. But I didn't. I didn't. And
the devil's handshake.
And it happened, and then after a while I was kind of like, oh, that kind of hurts. And it was still like, it didn't go away.
Oh, there's something rolling around in there.
Yeah, it didn't go away. And then when I went to work out with the class the next day, and I went for push-ups, I just couldn't put any pressure on it. And it's been that way since. So I was like, you know what?
When was this?
The Monday before you left. So that Monday happened. Then Tuesday, I tried to do MMA and sparred, and I couldn't really throw. I was kind of like lightly tapping. And then Wednesday, I rolled again, and then Big Mike put me in a position and went for the wrist lock. And the moment he even touched my hand, I just tapped.
Yeah.
And I was in pain.
Yeah.
So then I was like, you know what? This is good. I have nothing else. I have nothing really to prove. I want to get healthy and restore my body. So I just stayed off the mat, and I've been getting on the bike for an hour and then finishing off before I leave at the end of the night with ab routine. And I feel better. I feel a lot better. I still can't put any pressure on my wrist, but I want to take one more week, and I've been dropping pounds. So I think it's been a positive effect now. Will I come back a little sloppy and yeah, I will. But I've been watching a lot more, and I feel like I've kind of increased my IQ a little bit on the mats.
Okay.
From being off the mat.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, we'll see.
Break down the moves.
Yeah, I'm starting to see tendencies and starting to go, oh, that's what he does to capitalize in that situation.
Yeah.
You know, watching guys like Trout, Clay, watching guys that I feel.
You're like, that's how I fucked him up.
I wish. I mean, I still gotta, do the move myself, but my body feels a lot better. And then, yeah, so I think since you've been gone, those 9 days have been really positive.
That's good, man.
And then I'm not gonna put the clip or anything. I don't like doing that with my material. I will let you listen to it. But I got back on stage for the first time,
which is fucking awesome. Yeah,
it's amazing. It took me. It only took me 2 years, but I finally got back on stage, and I felt great. It was like Mark Gregory, funny, talented comic, came into town to work with Earthquake that weekend. And Mark Gregory, for those that don't know, is the nephew of Dick Gregory. Big civil rights activist, legendary stand-up comic, and just an incredible mind. Unfortunately, he passed away of old age,
Yeah.
But he passed away, and Mark Gregory now is carrying on the legacy. And I mean, he was just such a positive influence, and I mean, we had such deep conversations because when he left, he was like, "Man, get back on stage." And then I never got back on stage. So when he came back, he was like, "Hey, how much stage time do you have?" And I was like, "I haven't
None."
And he was just like, "Why?" And then we just like broke it down, and all the excuses I was throwing at him, he's like, "Man, I don't want to hear that." And by the end of our conversation, of him helping me out and mentally getting my mind right, he was like, "Man, how about this Sunday you perform?" And I was like, and normally I swear to you, and I would have gave him like 20 reasons to be like, "Nah, man, I got this going on, I got that going on," and I just said, "Yeah, let's do it." And I was prepared to go in there, and whatever result I would have had, I was ready to live with that result. But watching Zach go out there and the way he carried himself and him going through that was like, dude, this man's living his dream.
Yeah.
And I'm around him every day. I'm done with the excuses. I'm done. I have nothing else to do. I'm 31 years old, and I don't want to be 50 saying, "Man, I really wish I would have took this opportunity when I had the opportunity."
Yeah.
I got my kids. I always want to provide for them. But I'm ready to kind of fail in front of everyone. And this was the first time in all my times I've ever performing that I didn't care about the result. And I had fun. And I felt like me, and it was raw. The jokes weren't polished, but I got laughs. And once I got that first laugh, I kept going, and I ended on a high note, and that's all I could ask for. And damn, it felt good.
Yeah, it's awesome that you did it, man.
Yeah.
Just getting on there's accomplishment. Got to do that.
So, I did it, and the goal is now to kind of perform once a week. With my life schedule with the babies, it's hard for me to get out there every night, but to find a mic once a week, or at least perform at the club. I think I'm gonna take over the open mics at the club.
Yeah.
And I got some big plans, and I want to keep doing things that have a positive influence, and it gets me motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's awesome. You gotta send me the link. I've been waiting for that.
I'm not putting it up. You can listen to it.
Yeah, I know, but you still could send me the motherfucking link.
That's true. Cool. So
I didn't say nothing about putting it up. I wanted it. I didn't say put it out to the fucking world.
Well, I've had before where people, like, I send my shit to someone, and I'm like, "Hey, this is for you," and then all of a sudden, like, 10 people are like, "We saw your stand-up set." I'm like, "How?" And they're like, "Well, Joey's walking around showing all of us."
My name is Brian.
Yeah. So, what's new? What's new with you, man? You're back. You got for you guys don't know, if you're first time listening, subscribe first of all. But Brian streams himself on Twitch.tv playing games.
Yeah.
Before you left, you did a 25-hour stream.
Yeah. That fucked up my sleep. My sleep's still fucked up, dude. My sleep's really fucked up from the plane ride, dude. The traveling to and from Abu Dhabi, 14-hour plane ride, man.
Right.
I'm feeling it right now. And then on top of that, fucking like last night I couldn't sleep at all, so I was playing fucking video games. Yeah, that's what I do whenever I can't sleep. I'm gonna have no problem sleeping tonight.
Right.
I'm probably gonna go right home and go to sleep whenever we're wrapped up here.
Nice.
But yeah.
I saw there's a new jiu-jitsu tournament coming up.
Yeah, the IBJJF, man. That's awesome that they're coming here.
Yeah.
That's fucking really cool. I hope that we have a shitload of people sign up for that. Anybody that trains at our gym should sign up for that. Everybody needs to sign up for it. Everybody. Especially if you want them to come back. It's IBJJF.
Yeah.
I can't compete, or else I would, for sure. But everybody needs to sign up for it. Everyone. It's important. It's really important for the jiu-jitsu community in Kansas City. Yeah, whether it's your first tournament, whether you've been doing tournaments forever, everyone should sign up for this one.
Nice.
It's just for the community purposes, for sure. IBJJF is like the pinnacle of jiu-jitsu tournaments, right? It's like the most recognized. And never been in Kansas City. This is the first time in Kansas City. So we need people to show up.
Right. And I think we'll have a great turnout. I know guys from the gym are already signing up, as we speak.
Yeah. Good. Good. I will be there to coach. I can't, like I said, I can't compete, but I will definitely be there to show my support.
Because of the eye?
Yeah, I got it because you can't wear goggles.
Oh.
No headgear whatsoever is allowed. It's considered headgear.
Okay. That's crazy they can't make an exception, but...
Yeah, that's a negative, Ghost Rider. It says no goggles on there, too, so... Yep. No IBJJF for Brian, but I will be there to coach, for sure.
Nice.
Always there to support the homies. So, yeah, man. Who do we have fighting this weekend? Donald Cerrone, Justin Gaethje. Interesting matchup, 155. What do you think about that? Let's go.
Gaethje.
Why?
More wild. I feel this is Cerrone's first time back at 155 in how many years? He didn't look good the last time he was at 155, and I don't think anything can change unless he's just kind of been staying around that low of that weight. I see, that's Gaethje's. Gaethje's the madman, and that's his home.
I think it depends. I think it depends on what kind of Donald you see, Whether it's like I don't know. Sometimes like that dude he just either shows up or he doesn't show up. It's like he's either gonna it's gonna be a battle and he's gonna come out on top and he's gonna fucking eventually get like a TKO knockout, I would imagine, or Gaethje's gonna maul him.
I think Gaethje mauls him.
I hope not, man. I hope not. We'll see. That one's this Saturday, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, man. What else you got for me, dog?
We have, I don't know if we addressed it yet. I'll just say it because you're here. I think I was right about my homeboy, Nate Diaz. I want to tell you to your face.
Okay.
Because I feel like there was a lot of doubt with him, especially that 3-year layoff, and I understand.
Yeah.
But, Nate Diaz is a big name.
He's fighting Jorge Masvidal now.
That's an amazing fight.
Yeah, that's a good fight. Good fight. That'll be fun to watch. Obviously, you think Nate Diaz will win?
Yeah, I do. I don't think it'd be I don't think he finishes Masvidal, but I think it's gonna be one of those
fucking wild, dude.
Yeah, I think it could be fight of the year.
That fight's gonna be fucking nuts.
Fight of the year. A lot of shit talking.
Then fucking Darren Till's fighting. Who's Darren Till fighting?
Gastelum.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
That's an interesting fight. I love Darren Till.
Is it, though?
Yeah, why not?
Because Gastelum's going to knock him out?
You think Gastelum's going to knock him out?
I think Gastelum's ranked, what's he still the number one contender for a reason?
Yeah.
I think Till is coming off a loss for Masvidal.
Yep.
I mean, that's a tall order. Your first fight back, and you're going to the number one contender.
I like Darren Till.
Nice.
I don't know. We'll see.
Nice.
We'll see.
We'll probably have to make a bet on that.
I don't know. I'm interested to see him at 185. So
okay,
we'll see. I think that fight is interesting though. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm willing to make a bet on it.
You know who I still can't get? Who's still corny as hell to me, and I wish, and I can't wait till he loses his belt. Colby Covington.
He's not fighting.
No, he's not fighting. But whenever they make that fight,
we ran into Kamaru Usman actually, and he was talking about it to us.
What did he say?
He was actually super chill about it. He was like, that dude's super professional. Actually, he was just whenever he was talking to us about it, he was like, it is what it is. So he was like, I thought I was gonna be fighting in November, but
how come they're not fighting? Because Colby's not really telling us.
Yeah, because Colby's not signing a contract he's not happy with
inside information. If you listen to Off the Mat podcast,
that's not no.
Welcome, you are
welcome.
Public.
That one's public.
But still, I'm only hearing Colby's side. No one's interviewing Kamaru.
Oh,
so,
but Kamaru, no. He was super professional.
No, I heard that. Usman said Colby Covington is a pussy, is not signing the contracts. Thank you, Brian, for breaking that news.
That was not breaking
Guys,
news.
thank you.
You know, Colby said that.
Did he?
Yeah. He admitted, like, that's why he's not.
Oh, because I was listening to him with Uncle Chael the other day, and
Oh, boy.
he was talking about how I'm not even Kamaru was afraid of him and all this stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No. No. Nope.
You didn't call him Marty?
Huh?
You didn't want to call him Marty?
No. No.
Okay.
Nope. We ran into him at the mosque. So, yeah, he was just super professional. He was just like, it is what it is. So he's going to Africa.
Nice. Yeah, I think. No, I just watching. I don't watch a lot of Covington interviews because I think he's corny as hell. Especially when he's talking
I don't
about,
like that guy.
he's talking about Masvidal, and he was just like, I do this better than him. I bang hotter chicks than him, dude. I'm the fucking man. And it's like, oh my god,
Did you really say that?
Yes.
Oh,
And it's like, you're the worst gimmick ever.
yeah, that's not fun. Don't say that. That's
know,
terrible,
he's calling guys beta. And it's like,
See that guy?
yeah,
He's a Chad.
And I don't know. Obviously, if you ever listen, the other day he was talking. He's like, I want to bring the fight to the DC so the Trumps can come and support my victory. It's like, dude, calm down. Like, we get it.
Right.
We get it.
No, we don't.
But he's almost like a bad WWE character.
Yeah.
But him and Poirier said it's on site when he sees him. I would love to be at. Actually, I would love to be at that.
That
camp
was
that
interesting.
day.
Nobody on his team is like fucking with him anymore.
Yeah.
They're just like over his shit now.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping Kamaru knocks him out, puts him away.
Well, as of right now, they're not fighting, so
Yeah.
it is what it is. I don't know. That'll be interesting. So you think Khabib needs to fight Tony next?
I think Khabib fights Tony, and I think Tony, if they even make it to the fight, will be the toughest matchup Khabib will ever face. I think he I think certain things that like the guillotine that Poirier that Khabib got out of,
Yeah.
Ferguson finishes him. He gets in any position like that, Ferguson finishes him, or puts him away, or puts him out, puts him to sleep.
I'd take Khabib in that for sure.
We'll probably have to bet on that too. Yeah, but I'm excited. The rest of the fights, I'm excited for. They always do like a big, and we're far away from a big December card. Big 31st card. So I'm excited to see who's going to headline that. I don't know if John Jones will come back and fight.
He said that he had fight news coming up soon. He better go up to fucking heavyweight, or else I don't give a shit.
Yeah, those I'm saying. I hope that's not the
If he
headline.
fights
card.
at 205, I don't care.
Right. Who else? Other than that, man, I think it's gonna be an interesting year. Yeah, let's keep moving.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Hui, I'm good, homie. You ready to wrap this bad
Let's
boy
do
up?
it, guys.
I need to go home and get some sleep, dog.
There'll be more episodes coming up.
For sure, the 1 year anniversary coming up. We're gonna have to do something crazy. For
Yeah,
that.
thank you for listening.
We'll do something special for sure. Either way, guys, we're out for the night. Love, peace, chicken grease.
All right, bye.
Bye.